Previously on Dragon Age.
Go. Convince them you will risk all for their cause. I will be outside the repository with a contingent of Templars. Let them see the mischief into which their initiate led our student. Perform well, and your dedication will be rewarded.
I'm so nervous things will go wrong. Lily and I will get married somewhere. Away from the Circle and its rules. That's my phylactery! You found it! I can't believe this tiny vial stands between me and freedom. And I am free. We did it! I can't believe it! Thank you. We could never have...
So what you said was true. Take her to A&R.
The Mage's prison. No. Please, no. Not there.
No! I won't let you touch her!
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Cailan. I didn't expect
A royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
Hello. I thought your armor is supposed to be golden colored. What happened? Is one of my mods making it different colors? I am Nim, Your Majesty.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. I understand you hail from the Circle of Magi. I trust you have some spells to help us in the coming battle.
Yes, but I'm only recently out of my apprenticehood.
Your abilities are still above those of other men. That the Grey Wardens have recruited you says much. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Ostagar. The Wardens will benefit greatly with you in their ranks.
You're too kind, Your Majesty.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
You sound very confident of that.
Overconfident, some would say. Right, Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the darkspawn here.
Yet you don't sound very reassured.
Despite the victories so far, the darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Why not? He does seem to regard the Grey Wardens highly.
Yet not enough to wait for reinforcements from the Grey Wardens of Orlais. He believes our legend alone makes him invulnerable. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
A hot meal might be nice first.
I agree. We have until nightfall to begin the ritual. Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
Am I the only recruit you have?
No, there are 2 other recruits here already. They have been waiting for us to arrive.
Why is this ritual so secret?
The joining is dangerous. I cannot speak more of it except to say that you will learn all in good time. Until then, you must trust that what is done is necessary.
Is this anything like the harrowing?
It is an ordeal. I'm sorry that you must endure another so soon.
Wonderful. Let's get this over with then.
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Here we are. Welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. I tried recording this already, but somehow it doesn't get... My OBS settings are the same as far as I could tell, but things are different. Didn't work. We are in Ostagar. Look at that. Big ruined fortress all the way in the south of the country of Ferelden, which itself is all the way south on the map of the known world of Thedas. We've arrived at camp. We need to equip a staff. We are a Grey Warden recruit. We're not even a full Grey Warden yet. We only just became that. We just got hired for a new job just after becoming a qualified mage, so we don't have a lot of experience with anything. There is a darkspawn horde coming. The darkspawn are... In this game they look a lot like orcs. Expect them to look a bit different. Every single Dragon Age game they get redesigned all the time. But in this game they kind of look like orcs for the most part. We'll see a dead one up ahead. They don't normally come to the surface. They are underground dwelling evil creatures. Usually fighting against the dwarves in the depths. But once they found an archdemon, great blighted dragon, they'll come to the surface and swarm and cause what they know as a blight. And King Cailan of Ferelden is determined to make his final stand here. But we are not even complete. There are not many wardens. There are only a handful here in Ferelden. They didn't wait for Ferelden for wardens from the neighboring country of Orlais to come over. Not only that, we've also heard that King Cailan's uncle in Redcliffe is still to send his forces, and they're not here yet either.
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought.
But he's confident that they can destroy the Horde once and for all right here.
This place hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere?
Where's Duncan's tent?
Not far. It's straight ahead, just past the royal encampment. Most of your fellas are in the valley with the army, but the recruits seem to be staying up here for now.
Do you know a Grey Warden named Alistair?
Try heading north. I think he was sent with a message to the mages.
What can you tell me about Ostagar?
Used to be a fortress long time ago, so I understand. back in the days when the Wilders used to invade the lowlands. You were just on the eastern side of the ruin. The Tower of Ishal is there, but Teyrn Loghain's closed it off until the battle. This side is the King's camp. We've got the Grey Wardens here, the Circle of Magi, the Chantry. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting somebody important.
I wouldn't swing any cats around, alive or dead. The Circle of Magi is here?
A few mages, yes. They even brought those creepy quiet fellows, the Tranquil. Gives me the shivers when they talk, all cold and even. They're to the north of here, bunched up with a herd of Templars glaring at them. Can't miss it.
Where's the king at?
Probably in his tent. He and Teyrn Loghain are on the southwest side of the camp. The king likes to spend time with his soldiers, though. Sometimes even without his bodyguard. Drives Teyrn Loghain wild, that does.
Are there dogs barking in the background?
This is Ferelden, isn't it? The king has his kennels on the west side of camp. Stinks from all the hounds. These aren't cute puppies, though. Some of those dogs bite the darkspawn and get too much of that blood in them. It's like poison. Slow, painful death. Terrible.
Well, I'll be on my way.
Good luck to you, then.
Codex entry for Ostagar. Furthest point of encroachment by the ancient Tevinter Imperium. Anyway, like I've said before, I'll do a video where I read codex entries and stuff, but I don't think you want to hear me just read lore too much during these episodes. They're already long enough as it is, and that's with me doing my best to keep the fluff to a minimum.
Greetings. King Cailan is not in his tent right now?
Persuade, tell me about the king. You must see him a lot.
I suppose I do, though he's spending most of his time with the Grey Wardens. He rides with them wherever they go, in fact. Teyrn Loghain sees the king whenever he can and argues with him over coming battles, but the king just waves him off. The king wants to end the Blight with a single huge battle the bards will sing of for centuries. Do you think that's possible?
We'll see in the coming battle.
That's how the Teyrn feels. He'll do what the king wants in the end, though. The king thought it was funny that Teyrn called him reckless, and they fought about the queen.
The queen?
She's the Teyrn's daughter. He wasn't happy about something she did or the king did, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't discuss it.
I should go.
As you wish.
Later on, we'll get some information about what it was that the king and the queen had been arguing about.
Look carefully, men. This wretched thing is a darkspawn. They're strong and cunning and smart, but don't listen to those old wives' tales. They can be killed. Stick them with your sword enough, and they go down. Their blood is black as sin and poisonous. Don't even touch it. You get tainted with that blood, and you may as well slit your throat. We've lost many dogs already. Had to muzzle them to keep them from biting. It's a long and painful way to die.
Can't open that chest. I don't have lockpicks, or my class doesn't allow me to pick locks. Archers training.
There are lots of darkspawn, different kinds. We're getting reports of things we've never even heard of. Our short friend here, for instance, is something called a genlock. They're pretty common in the Horde, but we've seen others much larger. We don't know where these new darkspawn are coming from, or what they can do. All I can say is to use caution. There aren't any we've seen that won't die once they bleed enough.
Sticking with the pointy end.
This is supposed to be the battle that sends these darkspawn back underground. You believe that?
I don't know what to believe. We've won every battle, but there's more of them each time.
Makes you wonder if them Grey Wardens are right.
I don't want to think about that.
Sounds like the perfect time to get drunk, if you ask me.
Them Grey Wardens. Over here is another priest.
My faith sustains me. I shall not fear 10,000 men should they set themselves against me. Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked, and do not falter. My faith sustains me. The wall before me is darkness, yet shall the Maker's light be my guide. Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just.
She's praying. Let's hope those prayers get heard, because it's not gonna be pretty. let's see if there is another...
I want this nonsense talk stopped immediately. What are you, a bunch of natural fishwives spreading gossip until you brown your small clothes out of terror? We've seen nothing to suggest that the Darkspawn drag our people underground to eat them. And I want this talk about Darkspawn enslaving survivors to stop immediately. Keep your minds focused on the battle. You fight for Ferelden and for your king. Remember that.
Remember what the sergeant said, because we will find out more about that later, actually. Now, there is some stuff over here I wanted to show you. Did I miss something? Nope, just my imagination. Here are mages doing a ritual.
I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted.
The mages must not be interrupted. Their spirits are in the Fade.
What are they doing in the Fade?
Perhaps they're scouting for Darkspawn. I don't know, and don't ask. Regardless, they are not to be disturbed. Not even by Grey Wardens.
As you wish. There is a mage we can talk to here, Wynne.
What do we have here? I heard the new Grey Warden recruit was from the Circle. I don't believe we've met, but I've certainly heard a lot about your talent. My name is Wynne, and I congratulate you on your harrowing, marvelous work. The Fade is a dangerous place.
Found it terrifying, to be honest.
I thought the same. It's good you can admit that. So, a Grey Warden, fighting alongside the king. Not too shabby for someone just out of apprenticeship.
King Cailan thinks the battle will go well.
The king must always seem confident. His behavior affects the troops' morale. He does seem to find his enthusiasm easily, though. Reminds me of a puppy. And I say that with both respect and affection. He is a fine man. To defeat the Darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp.
You faced Darkspawn before?
Stragglers, yes. Not the vast horde the scouts speak of. I wonder, how much do you know of the connection between Darkspawn and the Fade?
I don't remember encountering Darkspawn anywhere in the Fade.
They do not live there, nor would any sane mage trespass as deeply into that realm as the Black City, which lies at its heart. Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Teyrn Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the Earth, where they became the first Darkspawn. At least that's what the Chant of Light says.
And is that true?
It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
I'll just kill every Darkspawn I see.
A wise attitude. It's worked well for me in the past, but I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me.
We stand here in this hour, good folk of Ferelden, and we contemplate the death that may await.
So, any last wishes I can help fulfill before you head into battle? Life is fleeting, you know. That pretty face could be decorating some Darkspawn spear this time tomorrow.
Oh, there is a Tranquil over here.
Welcome, young man.
You're a Tranquil mage, aren't you?
Yes, and you are a mage of the Circle. You must be familiar with the Tranquil who serve there. I create and oversee the enchantment of weapons and armor for the King's forces here at Ostagar. It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides the Circle its wealth. Certainly we would not get by on charity.
What is enchantment exactly?
It is the practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced by the dwarves. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. We create the glow lights, as well as the magic staff, or the flaming blade. The irony, perhaps, is that it is our very disconnection to our former talents that allows the Tranquil to work with lyrium so. A true mage could not.
What sort of enchantments are there?
Runes exist that hold the power of the elements that increase strength or swiftness. Almost any spell can be given permanency, given enough skill and lyrium. Naturally, the greater the power required, the more expensive the rune will become to create. True power comes with a price, as we know only too well.
I should go.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. What's in this chest?
That course of action is inadvisable.
Oh, that's yours? We should go talk to Duncan. I can also talk to the Kennel Master, actually, before I do that. Yeah, only certain people can do enchantments. Especially the Tranquil. I think some dwarves can do it. But otherwise it's mostly just the Tranquil that do that. Because, funnily enough, like he said, because they have no connection to the Fade anymore, lyrium doesn't affect them much anymore. Lyrium is a strange mineral that is both present in here as well as in the Fade. It connects both worlds, and therefore it is the main ingredient in lyrium potions for your mana, and it is the most important part for folding into weaponry to enchant it. But what we notice in the game is that we find certain runes that we can then slot into weapons to enhance their powers.
This isn't good. I'd hate to waste such a promising member of the breed. Are you the new warden? I could use some help.
I don't know anything about dogs.
It's not what you know so much as what you are, really. This is a Mabari, smart breed and strong. His owner died in the last battle, and the poor hound swallowed darkspawn blood. I have medicine that might help, but I need him muzzled first.
Just how smart is this dog?
Centuries ago, a mage bred them to be smart and understand what they're told. They can remember and carry out complex orders. Most valuable dogs in the world. Trouble is, they generally imprint to one master. Re-imprinting them is very difficult. But without the medicine, re-imprinting won't be an issue. Will you help?
Could he be imprinted to me?
We can try, but first we need to muzzle and medicate him.
I'll give it a shot.
Go in the pen and let him smell you. We'll know right away if he'll respond. Let's hope this works. I'd really hate to have to put him down.
The dog looks up at you respectfully, backing down from his aggressive stance. You can see intelligence in his eyes, as well as a great deal of pain. This animal is very ill. You can kill him right here, right now. And that is one option, but that is very cruel. Put the muzzle on the dog. The Mabari growls weakly, but does not challenge you. After you are done, he whimpers plaintively.
Now I can treat the dog properly, poor fella. Come to think of it, are you heading into the wilds anytime soon?
I might be. Why?
There's a particular herb I could use to improve the dog's chances. It's a flower that grows in the swamps here, if I remember. If you happen across it, I could use it. It's very distinctive, all white, with a blood-red centre.
This is definitely an American voice actor trying to do a British accent, because he said naster, and he says herb without pronouncing the H. But I'm fine with that. I don't mind accents like that. Okay, where in the wilds would I find this flower you're asking about?
It usually grows in dead wood that collects at the edge of ground pools. Should be plenty this time of year.
I'll see if I can find one.
Good. In the meantime, I'll begin treating our poor friend.
New quest, the Mabari Hound. What quests do we have? Joining the Grey Wardens. We have to find Alistair.
You found our tent, I see. Is there something you need?
I'm ready to begin the joining ritual.
Then you will need to locate Alistair and tell him it is time. I'm not certain where he went off to. Knowing him, I'm not sure I want to know.
Okay, and they're trying to make sure I go and find Alistair. I could maybe talk to Daveth here. The girl that he tried to flirt with walked away because of his horrible attempts.
Well, You're not what I thought you'd be.
What did you think I would be?
Not an elf, yet here you are. The name's Daveth. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they cooked this ritual up just for our benefit.
Maybe they did.
Just to give us a good scare. No, they don't really seem the type. I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds.
Aren't there barbarians in the forest?
Chasing barbarians, yes. Cannibals, and witches too. My home village isn't far, and I grew up on tales about the wilds. Even been in there a few times. Scary place.
I doubt they'll send us into pointless danger.
Then why do the Grey Wardens only recruit folks who can fight? Or are you their first basket weaver? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice.
They're forcing you to be here?
I've got nowhere else to go after what Duncan saved me from. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
Well, that was Daveth. He's one of the 2 other recruits that are here. And then up here is the other recruit. Right over there, Jory.
In the name of Andraste, I bless you today. May you find favor in the Maker's eyes. So let it be.
Greetings. You must be the 3rd recruit we've heard about.
I am. Who are you?
Sir Jory is my name. I hail from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Arlaman. I wasn't aware elves could join the Grey Wardens. Those camped in the valley are all human.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just that in some places, elves are not always permitted in the military. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance?
One of the conversations options I get here is calling him not all that smart, but I always felt like that was this like kind of mean to say, because you're not really given any reason to think that Jory is particularly ignorant. Aren't you nervous about fighting darkspawn?
I would be lying if I said I wasn't. As a boy, my mother told us darkspawn hunted down all children who misbehaved. It is a foolish superstition, I know, but I still shiver when I think of fighting them. Tell me, has anyone told you what this joining ritual entails?
Daveth said we might be going into the wilds.
I never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
We can talk to the priest as well.
Ah, I suspect you are one of the new Grey Wardens. Will you accept the Maker's blessing?
We can kind of insult her by refusing. But we can also accept the blessing. You administer blessings to elves, do you?
I merely pass on the Maker's blessings. He looks kindly on all who will receive him.
So you can call out the historical racism against elves here, or I can just say, very well, I will receive his blessing.
Then I bless you, Grey Warden, in the name of Andraste and the Maker above. May the chant of light carry your name to the ears of our Lord.
And obviously that does nothing to you, but I also didn't see the point in just being mean to priests.
You need to convince them. We've got to run. The darkspawn are coming.
Why do you say that?
I saw them. We're gonna die.
I apologize, Warden. He's been like this ever since they found him in the wilds.
What is wrong with him?
Aside from his wounds, we're not sure. His blood is untainted. He's just terrified.
You can feel it, can't you? They taint the land, turn it black and sick. Oh, you can feel it inside. They'll come out of that forest and spread. Like caterpillars covering a tree. They'll swallow us whole.
That's quite enough out of you. You need to calm yourself, my good man.
They were everywhere. I saw them.
So yeah, this man isn't even tainted with the darkspawn taint, but he is traumatized. This guy is sick.
It burns.
And there's another little thing we can do. Ooh, a chest. Cleric?
I do not have time to speak at present, thank you.
Yes, I can see you're terribly busy. There's a Mabari over here. And even though there's implied to be something over here...
Sorry, the main army camp is off limits for you right now.
The main army camp, but that is just a backdrop. There's not actually anything there. It's not even that detailed. You can just see a couple tents in the background. There is one thing we can do, and we can find this prisoner here.
Huh. Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me.
You haven't been sentenced?
No. They put someone like me in a cage until someone important has time to decide what to do with me. I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you? All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving.
Why would I want to help you?
Because you might want something I don't need. Them circle wizards got a chest they keep things in. Magical things. And I stole the key. That's why I'm here. I got one of them drunk, took his key and tried to sneak to the chest. They assumed I was deserting. I can't use it from here. But I'd trade you for some food and water.
They didn't find the key when you were arrested?
I swallowed it. But it's come back into my possession since then, so to speak.
I can kill him and take the key, or agree to help him or refuse. I'll see what I can do.
Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner. I saw him put it in his coat.
If you want to play a psychopath character, there are an incredible amount of NPCs you can just kill.
Lucky dog. You Grey Wardens get to ride with the king while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding this deserter. They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example.
I had a chat with him, actually.
Don't expect it was an enlightening conversation.
He asked for some food and water.
Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine.
Persuade. So you miss one meal. This man could be hanged soon.
All right, all right. I guess the poor fella could stand to have one meal in his belly before he hangs. Don't know why you care. I had nothing to do with it, though. If anyone asks why he's burping, I'm gonna say it was you. Just so you know.
I'm fine with that. Water and food. I want to see what that looks like in my inventory. Yeah, nice little icons. Relatively clean water. And a rock-hard biscuit. And I still have the signed Rod of Fire request form. That needs to go. I don't need that anymore.
So? Brought me some food, have you? I'm so hungry I could faint dead away.
Yeah, here's some food.
Much obliged. May Andraste herself rain blessings upon you. And, as I mentioned, here's the key. Use it in good health, huh?
So that's our good deed for the day, but we can't open that chest because there is a tranquil guy standing right next to it. The quartermaster we will talk to in a moment. First, there is... I don't think there's anything here on this side. Elven servants.
I'm sorry, but
Well, their voice lines are a bit bugged.
I didn't know elves could join the Grey Wardens. Amazing.
Alistair's just up ahead. I do actually remember one thing I want to do that I have to talk to the quartermaster for. There's a little side quest here.
You there, elf. Where's my armor? And why are you dressed so preposterously?
Are you mistaking me for a servant?
What? Oh, you're the one who arrived with the Grey Warden. Please, forgive my rudeness. There are so many elves running about, and I've been waiting for... It's simply been so hectic. I never thought... But please, pardon my terrible manners. I am just the quartermaster, a simple man. No one special.
You are forgiven, human, for now.
Thank you. Did you come for some supplies, perhaps?
I should go.
May her be with you in the coming battle, friend.
He's looking for a elven servant or errand boy that he's got running around. There he is.
You there, elf. Your name?
It's Pick, sir.
Go tell Teyrn Loghain that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Hey, Pick.
Hello? I'm sorry, is there something you needed?
What do you mean?
I deliver messages around the camp. You have a message for me?
And then I can lie and say, yes, I do have a message, actually.
Then what is... Oh, wait. Are you the one I'm supposed to give Sir Garland's sword to? Because I think the smith's done with it.
Persuade. Yes, you're supposed to give the sword to me.
Oh, that's such a relief. You really saved me from the switch for sure. I'd best get back to my duties again before I get in more trouble.
So we get a sword. +2 attack, +10 physical resistance. Now, it's not useful for us, but maybe for Alistair, who will go and collect. Here he is talking to a mage.
Now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
I know exactly what you mean.
It's like a party. We could all stand in a circle and hold hands. That would give the darkspawn something to think about. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage?
I am indeed a mage, or I could say, would that make your day worse?
Hardly. I just like to know my chances of being turned into a toad at any given moment. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit from the Circle of Magi. I should have recognized you right away. I apologize.
And you must be Alistair.
Did Duncan mention me? Nothing bad, I hope. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
Pleased to meet you.
Right, that was the name. So I'm curious. Have you ever actually encountered darkspawn before?
No, I have not.
When I fought my first one, I wasn't prepared for how monstrous it was. I can't say I'm looking forward to encountering another. Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
What was that argument about I just saw?
With the mage. The Circle is here at the King's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are, which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
You were a mage hunter?
Not that that's all Templars do, but yes, the Chantry raised me until Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech.
Well, I look forward to traveling with you, Alistair.
You do? Huh, that's a switch. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Tutorial party members and tactics. When you're not controlling them, party members act according to the tactics you set. Select Alistair by clicking on him. Open the tactics screen. And then I can change him to defender. Again, because of a mod I have all these unlocked. Otherwise, you can buy more tactics slots than you have through skills. And you can buy combat tactics. It's very useful. So I am at a slight advantage here, but that way I can set up these behaviors. Like, for example, self, health, if it's like under 25%, use the best health poultice that you have available. And now I can talk to Alistair, he will follow me around. He's a tank character. He's a warrior with a sword and shield. That makes him the most tanky of all of us. And he's already got the Templar specialization. And I can look at his equipment. And give him Sir Garland's sword. Because it's better than what he has. It's a little bit fancier. Armor-wise, he's got some full splint mail armor, which is fine. I can give him this quite decent steel helm. Again, I should install that no helmet mod, but oh well. Let's see. A belt that gives him more defense, that makes it harder for enemies to hit him. That's good. He's already got this token, this ring. I can give him... Well, what else would be good for you? Constitution, fire resistance, spirit resistance. Yes, extra constitution is good for you. Here, watch his health. 168 max health goes to 183. He could also still wear a necklace. 6 defense, 2 spell resistance, 5 mental resistance. Why not? And then he's pretty kitted out, for now at least. An item set bonus from wearing a full set of matching armor. Grimoire. Oh no, that's stuff for me to get. I don't know why I'm getting so many of these. They're promotional items, but they keep respawning in my inventory. I can't unlock this, and you can't bash them. If I have a... Oh, that's strange. Automatically unequips helmets. I'll have to fix that at some point. There's a mod that lets warriors bash open locks, but otherwise you need a rogue with lockpicking to be able to open locked chests. And then there is another thing I can show you about the quartermaster.
Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps?
Yeah, let me see what you have.
Let me know what you'd like.
And then he's got a bunch of stuff. Most of it is too expensive because we are very poor. He has this backpack, for example, that is an inventory size increase. And I believe if I have something like this longbow, or what about this studded leather armor? It's 5 silver if I sell it. But I get 10 if I do it like that. And where's that armor if I want to buy it back? So it's basically, if you hold right click, you can move your mouse. If I purchase it, for example. Now I have more money than I started with. If I just drag it over, I can sell it. But also if I hold right click and I move my mouse like that, I'll sell it. But if I do both at the same time, I'll double sell it. So that way I could cheat myself into having more money and I could just buy it back. and keep doing that. So now I could buy this backpack upgrade. Not only that...
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps?
I can also ask him, what kind of supplies do you have?
Arms and armor, for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course, to keep morale up, you understand.
Let me see your other goods.
So long as you keep it quiet.
So then he has a secondary stash of different items. So some different trap designs. If I have trap making, I could make those. And some other armor. Maybe stuff that he's not supposed to sell. No, that belongs to the King's men. Rock salve, says recipe. Fire bombs. I don't think there's anything in here that we care about. What he does have is a little bit later, when it's nighttime, he will also sell another backpack expansion. So it'll be worth it coming back to him and buying another one. Because as much as you want me to do inventory management, and I will, I'll do my best to keep only the things we really need. Oh, speaking of which, there's a bunch of stuff I could actually sell, but having lots of inventory space means we can carry lots of stuff with us, even should we want to all sell it all later. And there's one more NPC here, this guy, that I think is a little bit interesting to talk to.
Maker's breath, another elf. What do you want?
I happen to be a Grey Warden human, not some servant.
Congratulations. Not bad for an elf. Is there something you wanted? We have no time for idle chatter.
You don't look like the other soldiers in the army.
We aren't. We're Ash Warriors.
What is an Ash Warrior?
Our training has been passed down since Lathias the Dwarf Son first harnessed the battle rage of the dwarves. It is an old tale.
So what does an Ash Warrior do?
We harness the rage inside us, nurture it, and draw it out so we cannot fall in battle until our last foe is slain. It is a dwarven discipline, but we've adapted it to let us fight alongside our hounds. That is our way. I trust my hound with my life, as he trusts me with his.
Why have you painted your dogs?
They use scent to distinguish us from our enemies, but the blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with caddis, which overpowers the blood, and also paint our hounds so they know we are the same.
I should be going.
My thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it.
I want to stand around too long with those dogs barking constantly in the background. But yeah, they are berserkers, which is a warrior discipline that you could otherwise only learn from the dwarves. One more thing, I think we can speak to Loghain if we want to.
You approach the tent of Teyrn Loghain. State your business.
Is the Teyrn inside? What is he doing?
He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activity.
I would like an audience with the Teyrn, please.
I suppose you have a message for him. Hold on, then.
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're Duncan's new Grey Warden, I assume.
How do you know that?
His Majesty could not contain his excitement after your meeting. How could I not hear about you? Cailan's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden?
A fascination that you don't share.
The Wardens are impressive, but not as relevant as Cailan thinks. I hear you're from the Circle of Magi. First Enchanter spoke highly of you. A great achievement, for one so young. I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you?
I don't know, actually.
If Cailan has his way, you will. Now I must return to my task. Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sort.
And if he doesn't?
Then simply pray.
And we got an achievement for having persuaded people enough times. So that was Teyrn Loghain, busy strategizing. And we can tell Duncan that we're all ready to start his joining ritual.
You found Alistair, did you? Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the mage, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
You're right, Duncan. I apologize.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Korcari Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of darkspawn blood. 1 for each recruit.
What do we need the darkspawn blood for?
For the joining itself. I'll explain more once you've returned.
Isn't it dangerous to go into the wilds?
You weren't recruited out of charity. All 3 of you are skilled and resourceful. Alistair is the most junior member of our order and will accompany you as is tradition. Do not worry. I doubt you will need to go far into the wilds to find what you seek.
And what's the second task?
There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can.
What kind of scrolls are those?
Old treaties, if you're curious. Promises of support made to the Grey Wardens long ago. They were once considered only formalities. With so many having forgotten their commitments to us, I suspect it may be a good idea to have something to remind them with.
And what if those scrolls are no longer there?
It's possible the scrolls may have been destroyed or even stolen, though the seal's magic should have protected them. Only a Grey Warden can break such a seal.
I don't understand. Why leave such things in a ruin if they're so valuable?
It was assumed that we would someday return. A great many things were assumed that have not held true.
How will we find this archive?
It will be an overgrown ruin by now, but the sealed chest should remain intact. Alistair will guide you to the area you need to search.
Find the archive and 3 vials of blood. Understood.
Watch over your charges, Alistair. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
There was actually a glitch in an earlier version of the game. Might not be in this patch anymore. But one of the earlier patches back when I played on the console. And that was that you could get those vials of blood, but not the treaties yet. Come back, and when you talk to Duncan, he would tell you, oh, you still have to go out and get that. And you'd get XP for completing that part of the quest. And you could repeat that conversation over and over and over. And that way get XP every time. So every time you would just exit the conversation and talk to him again, it would re-trigger that cutscene of, oh, thanks for bringing the blood, but you still have more to do. And that way you could hit the level cap before even starting the first real level of the game. Before you even have to finish the wilds and start the rest of the game. You'll see we have Daveth and Jory with us. Now, I don't think we have to worry about their equipment much. Yeah, I got an ash longbow, but Daveth already has that. Jory already has a great sword. I could give them some of these items, but they don't do anything for them. It's not really anything useful in there. So that'll come next episode. So that'll be it for today, and then join us again next time where we go into the wilds and slay some darkspawn.